Hi guys, it's Brantley. Today I'm going to tell you about syllables and stress. What is a syllable? Well, in English speakers intuitively understand syllables. Native speakers know the rules of syllables without being able to explain them. So this is a part of language that native speakers understand without having to study, and they probably can't explain them very well either. Syllables are units of sound made up of consonants and vowels, and syllables have two parts. Let's look at those two parts. The first part is called the onset. The onset is the beginning of a syllable, and the onset is not always present, so that means that not all syllables have an onset. The onset consists of one or more consonant, which we can represent by a capital letter C. The second part of a syllable is called the rhyme. So a syllable has an onset and a rhyme. The rhyme has two parts. The the word rhyme is a noun, and the word rhyme, R-H-Y-M-E, is a verb. So rhymes rhyme. The second rhyme means that they sound the same, like cat, hat, bat, they all rhyme. Okay, so the rhyme has two parts. The first part is the nucleus. Syllables always have a nucleus. Now, I say always, but that's not really true. There are a few exceptions, and they're called syllabic consonants or vocalic consonants. These syllables do not have a vowel, they only have consonant sounds, but there are very few of those, not very many. The nucleus is always a vowel sound. So the rhyme has two parts, the nucleus, which is always a vowel sound, and the coda. The coda is the end of a syllable. The coda is not always present, so some words do not have codas, and those words end in a vowel. The coda is one or more consonants, again represented by the letter C. So just to review, let's go back. Just to review, there are three parts of a syllable. Actually, I'm sorry, there are two parts of a syllable, the onset and the rhyme. The rhyme also has two parts, which is the nucleus and the coda. Okay, so that is the basic structure of a syllable. Syllables have rules, and again, native speakers understand these rules without consciously learning them. Now, we can represent the sounds of a syllable in this way. For the word smoke, we can represent this one syllable word as C, C, V, C. We start with the consonant S, consonant M, vowel O, and K. Okay, here, sm, this is the onset, oak, oak. This is the rhyme. The rhyme is divided into O, which is the nucleus, and K, which is the coda. The first part shows the spelling. The second part shows the structure of consonant, consonant, vowel, consonant. And the third part is the IPA pronunciation. Now note that we are only showing sound and not letters. The E here has no representation because it is silent. It is not represented by a vowel because the E has no sound. So when we talk about sound, we have a lot of spelling words that are silent or don't represent the sound very well. Okay. Now let's look at stress. So English syllables are either stressed or unstressed. Now we often hear the word stress, but what does it actually mean? Let's look at the word tomato. Here's the spelling of the word, here's the pronunciation of the word, and here is the structure broken down. We have consonant vowel, consonant vowel, consonant vowel. So for these syllables, this is the first syllable, t, t. It's consonant vowel. We have an onset and the rhyme. And for our rhyme, we only have a nucleus, no coda. So here the same thing, same thing. We have the onset and the rhyme. The rhyme only has a nucleus, no coda. Okay. The pronunciation tomato, tomato. We have a stressed syllable in the middle, and we have two unstressed syllables on the sides. Three things happen here. The stressed syllable is longer, it's louder, and it's higher in pitch. Okay, so stress means something is longer, louder, and higher in pitch. The first syllable, ta. The first syllable is unstressed. Because it is unstressed, because it is an unstressed syllable, the vowel sound changes from O to So we don't say tomato, we say tomato. We say tomato, tomato, t. It is short, soft, and lower in pitch. Tomato. Okay. The second syllable is stressed. Tomato, tomato. Because the second syllable is stressed, it is longer, louder, and higher in pitch. Tomato, tomato, tomato. The last syllable, tomato, tomato. The last syllable is shorter and softer and lower in pitch. The sound may or may not change. Sometimes you may hear tomato, tomato, tomato. The general rule is unstressed syllables are often reduced, but stressed syllables are not. So the last syllable is unstressed. It may or may not be reduced. The first syllable is unstressed. It may or may not be reduced. The second syllable is stressed. It will not be reduced. And we will talk about reductions more in the future. Okay, so to wrap up, a syllable has two parts, the onset and the rhyme. The rhyme has two parts, the nucleus and the coda. The onset is a consonant, or one or more consonants. The nucleus is always a vowel, and the coda is one or more consonants. A syllable may be missing the onset and the coda and only have a nucleus. It may also have an onset and a nucleus and no coda, or it may have a nucleus and a coda and no onset. In general, all syllables in English have a nucleus. Okay. So, that is basically an introduction to syllables and stress. If you have any questions, please let me know. And go and look for the quiz on Blackboard and take the quiz there. Thank you very much. Have a great day.